Hi, I'm Troy Bailey, and welcome to the Comic Book Movie Collector's Guide, the show about collecting all things superhero cinema. And today we're looking at Shazam! So let's get into it. Shazam is a live-action superhero film about the DC Comics character of the same name, with a runtime of 131 minutes. The film was released into theatres in the United States on the 5th of April 2019, and it had a box office success of having grossed over $366 million worldwide. It was released on digital download on the 2nd of July 2019 and was later released on 4K Blu-ray and DVD on the 16th of July 2019 and on the 12th of August 2019 in the United Kingdom. It was directed by David F. Sandberg and was written by Henry Gayden, with the film being produced by New Line Cinema and distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures. The film is the 7th installment in the DC Extended Universe movies and the character's first outing in a major motion picture. The plot follows teenager Billy Batson as he is chosen by the ancient wizard Shazam to be the new champion by saying the name Shazam, allowing him to transform into the adult superhero with various superpowers. Billy and his foster brother Freddie Freeman must discover Billy's new powers in order to stop the evil Dr. Thaddeus Sivan and the 7 deadly sins. Okay, I have the special edition 64-page lenticular, is that it? Digibook DVD Blu-ray edition, which this thing is absolutely awesome. I don't know if you can see the change there where he changes from Billy to Shazam. It's an awesome thing. I've still even got the little sleeve around it that I got. Mind you, the sticky stuff is wearing out a bit, so as I pull it apart, this one's a U-Beaut. This is just like a book. It looks fantastic. Nice hardcover. Open it up, and of course you have your Blu-ray and DVD, and this nice little booklet comes with it, which is kind of, it looks like a 14-year-old had put it together with drawings and all the bits and pieces. This is a great thing. The kids would love this if you had kids to look at it. There are a few different versions, as you've probably seen up here, but yeah, I managed to pick this version up for, you wouldn't believe it, $15. That is an absolute bargain. I've seen it go for 80 plus in spots. So with that, I got to admit, I know I've got the special one, but I got to give this a 10 out of 10. The story and script. Now, the story itself was great. It was just a superhero version of Tom Hanks's Big, which offers up so many funny scenes with, you know, what would a 14-year-old boy do if he instantly became a man with superpowers? Now, not only that, the movie has a great heart and a great feel to it with, you know, Billy Batson, a foster kid looking for his mother and really looking for a family. But at the end of the day, it's a superhero origin movie and at its core, and it does it well, with Dr. Sivan not being a top tier villain. He was just enough to push Billy to learn how to be a hero, just in time for the sequel, which will have Black Adam in it, and that will be a clash of the titans for sure. Overall, the pace was great. You know, it hit its points and it had a perfect mix of comedy, action, and the feels. And I could not give it anything other than 28 out of 30. From page to screen. So for this, DC have gone for the current version of the character that has Billy turned into Shazam, but still has the mind of a 14-year-old boy. As opposed to the older version, I think back in the day, where Billy turned into Shazam and that was it. Billy was finished and Shazam started. But I have to say, I really like this version, and Zachary Levi absolutely nails it. He is so convincing as a 14-year-old boy in an adult's body, and he has the look down pat. It's what you would call probably the perfect casting for a character I've ever seen. And of course, let's not forget Asher Angel as Billy Batson. He does a great job as well. This rough around the edges kid with a heart of gold. does a great job. Now, his foster brother, Freddie Freeman, played by Jack Dylan Gazer, was great. He was this great comic sidekick that helps Billy guide him through the superhero thing that he knows nothing about. But as for the villain, Mark Strong does a great job as Dr. Savan. He plays more of the New 52 version of him than the original, but overall, the look, the feel of the movie, it's pretty spot on. So I've got to give it a 20 out of 20. Special features. Now, there are a few special features on here, and of course we have the magical world of Shazam, your standard behind the scenes making of featurette, carnival scene study, a closer look at the climactic battle at the end of the movie, Shazamly, I hope I got that right, Shazamly values, a discussion on the foster kids making up the Shazam family, who is Shazam, a brief history of the comic book characters, a Shazam exclusive comic book titled Superhero Hooky, and of course super fun with Zach, a look at Zachary Levi's enthusiasm for playing the titular hero, and the usual deleted scenes and gag reel. Overall, it has some great stuff on the special effects. I really enjoyed watching the making of and Who is Shazam featurettes. Really good overall. So with that, I would probably give the special features an 8 out of 10. Critics review. Now, the critic score came in at 90% and the audience score came in 82%. Now, that score is pretty good across the board between the critics and the audience. But as I've read online and seen some reviews, the criticisms are very nitpicky at best. Like one guy online, he says, "Oh, when he caught the bus, he caught it by the window, and that really took me out of the movie." And I was just like, what the heck? Really? That's what ruined it for you? Please. Oh, God. It was done for a way to set up the joke, and it worked. There was some criticism about the villain too, which I really think they missed. It was really misplaced. I don't think they really got the idea of where it was, why the villain was the way he was. But overall, that's not a bad score overall when you look at it. So when you round it up, that gives you a grand total of 9 out of 10. My review. So for me, this movie is great. I've watched it 3 times now and I've enjoyed it every single time. It just leaves me so excited to see the sequel. This is definitely up there with my all-time favourite superhero films. So it's not perfect, okay? There are a couple of little things, but that still doesn't take away from the film as a whole. And as far as the criticism I've seen online, the villain wasn't good enough. Well, I think the villain was perfect for this movie. I'm a Mark Strong fan and I love his work, great actor. And if you brought in Black Adam to the first movie, where do you go from there for the next one? Nowhere. You can't go anywhere. That's why you need a villain that lets our titular character grow and become the hero we need for the next film. He needs to be a formidable villain, but not one that's going to wipe the floor with him. Because that makes no sense, Anyway, I think this is the way DC should go with their films. It's got a bit of humour, it doesn't take itself too seriously, and they've had more success with a film like this, and I really think this is what they should stick with. For me, this movie is nothing short of almost perfect for me, and I could not give it anything other than a score of 20 out of 20. Okay, my final thoughts. So first up is collectability, and of course if we look at the collectability scale, I would say this would be for kids and up. This is for every collector or comic book fan. Every comic book fan should have one of these in their collection. This is a definite must-have for your movie library. As far as availability is concerned, this one is very common. It is not hard to find at usual retail outlets, or you can find it pretty much any version I've shown up here today on eBay with varying prices. You won't have any trouble to get one for your collection. Now, as far as your average price goes, you're looking at anywhere between $17 to $18 for DVD, $10 to $30 for Blu-ray, and $25 to $45 for 4K. Now, the final score, we get a grand total of 95 out of 100. That is an absolutely awesome score for an awesome movie. Like I said, do yourself a favor, go out and get a copy, as this is a must-have for any movie fan's collection, and one the whole family can sit down, watch, and enjoy. Shazam! Thanks so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this episode, and if you did, why not hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons, as that really helps the channel out. I really do appreciate it. And also, let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this movie and if you've managed to pick up a copy for your collection. Now, you can contact me via email at comicbookmoviecollector@gmail.com, or check me out on the socials at comicbookmoviecollector on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All the links will be down below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.